This video will go over Chapter 10.1 classwork. These are the practice problems once you've completed your notes. I'm going to talk about practice problems number 3 and number 4. So for number 3, we have 3000x minus 2000 is equal to 10,000. Now you could solve this one probably just as easily keeping it in the form that it's in, but since we're practicing writing things in a simpler form, we're going to notice here that each of these ends in 3 zeros, which means that 1,000 will go into each of those. So to simplify it here, we are going to divide each term by 1,000. So I'm going to turn this into like a division. I'm going to say divided by 1,000, divided by 1,000, divided by 1,000. So here's what I end up with. 3x minus 2 is going to equal 10. That's not too bad there, right? We'll add 2 to each side. 3x will equal 12, which means our x value has to equal 4. Right? And, for checking purposes, 3,000 times 4 minus 2,000 should equal 10,000. Well, that would be 12,000 minus 2,000 equals 10,000. We know that that is going to be correct. So it checks out. Again, you can use whatever method you want for checking. You can use a calculator, you can use Desmos, whatever you need to do. Let's look at number 4. This one we have fractions, right? We want to get rid of the fractions. They're no fun to solve equations or to solve equations with fractions in them. In this case, we notice here that the denominator is the same. We'll work in the next lesson on what to do when the denominators are different. But in this case, since they're all being divided by 5, we're going to undo all of that by multiplying by 5. Right? That's going to help us to get rid of the fractions. So we're going to multiply by 5 here and here. So 5 times 1/5 x would end up being 1x, right? 5 times 3/5, right, is like 15/5, but that would reduce down to 3. And then on the other side there, our 5's end up canceling. That should end up equaling 11. So x plus 3 equals 11 looks way easier to do than solving with the 1/5 x plus 3/5 equals 11/5. Now we can finish solving, just subtract our 3, and we get x is equal to 8. Right, and again, for checking, 1/5 times 8 plus 3/5 equals 11/5. 8 times 1/5 is 8/5 plus 3/5 should equal 11/5, and you can see that that ends up working out. So you get 11/5 equals 11/5. All right, if you have questions on any of the remaining problems, please click on the appropriate video.